following is a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 1. You ever hear about that fastest in the West? Well, we're in the West Coast Casino today with a little East Coast flair. Let's start it off with the fastest in the West. And for Ghost, that's what he's going to have to continue to do. He's on a good train. 4 wins this season. Solid performance so far in the first 3 tournaments. But it's a different type of energy. Aria comes in knowing how to play the style. Both players like to run it back and forth. Something's got to give. For Ghost, this is a playoff game. He knows a win here, and he can start looking ahead. For Aria, this is her chance. A player that plays very similar to her. Can she finally break through for that win number 2 on the season? We're about to find out who's got the 2 of clubs in the back pocket. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the clubs region, Aria versus Ghost. It's going to be a fantastic one today. 2 more games left, and what an upset it was. Even though maybe not an upset for background character in terms of seeding, a lot of people had Christian Tago circled for a deep run. Not so fast, says background. Hearts region, and background had the biggest heart today to beat Christian Tago and will advance to the second round. Ghost Aria coming up next. Then Chomik Huo, 8 o'clock will be the Hearts region. That'll be the second Hearts region game to close out the night, the 7-10 battle. One little special shot. I normally don't do this, but we'll do it here. The D2 finale for the Category 5 finale, as we call it. The Meteorological May Tournament finally coming to an end tonight at 10 o'clock. However, knowing Chomik and Lara, that could be delayed. And also, we got to turn this around. So we will see how this one goes, but expect that at 10 o'clock. Now we go to the match preview. It's the Battle of the Red versus Green 1, respectively. The old 16 versus 54. The Vet versus the Master. Ghost Aria. Of course, the Ghost, the veteran, 4-3, 1918, finished 12th here last year. And Aria didn't play here last year, but the last time she did, it was a bronze medal. Her second one, her last medal of her career. Coming in as the Master at 1-3 and 11-15. Something's got to give. CPU got Aria 4-3. We'll see how that one goes. Let's get into the seasons real quick. And realistically, for Ghost, it's been a weird season. Sure, he got eliminated by Cap. Sure, he got eliminated by Myth. Sure, he got eliminated by Tapir. Good losses. However, his wins, excluding that Gon win, which is kind of shaky, Yoshi, MGR, and Jenna, he hasn't had much success. This one may not be a big win for resume, but he can't afford a loss right here for his quest for Super League. Aria, it's simple. Had that big win over Peter in March, but that's her last win so far. That was the first game of the entire year. That was all the way back in February. In fact, March Madness, February. It's been a long time since Aria's won. What a great time to break the losing streak here as we are entering Father's Day weekend. Let's go to the pod. Brad on a bye. We'll see what happens with the finale. The round finale will be Sting Radin. Sting going to make his 100th career start. Game 2. Looking forward to seeing that. The 7-10 battle. Abion won an absolute classic of charades, as I call, with Abion versus Sam. Abion winning 4-2. Aria Ghost coming up next. But those charades are now over for both players. As we get down to the table, joining me in the booth will be my main man, Ed Ziemba. Ed, it's good to have you back in the booth, brother. It's been a long time. You know, maybe not familiar with either players' games respectively, but you have known both players in the back. Obviously, Brock Ref, Brock Ref and Nam on the scoreboard. Having a little trouble with my scoreboard app, but I'm sorry, I'll see if I get that fixed by 8 o'clock. But Ed, your thoughts on this game, because you were in a similar spot, 4-5 wins. You had a 0-win player. These guys both have wins, but Aria's on a winless streak. Ghost, if he loses here today, it's going to be an uphill climb considering where he's at, 21st in the Super League rankings. Where do you think both guys' heads are at, and the playoff pressure that comes with the playoff game in T4 and 5?
Certainly, I feel like both these players are certainly feeling the pressure. I think they both are coming into this game knowing that they have to win to kind of boost themselves in rankings, especially Ghost, who's kind of still eyeing Super League here a bit. But only one of these guys can win today, so it's gonna be either Aria or Ghost taking it, and I think it's gonna be a pretty good one.
Should be a good one. We'll go over to. Let's go over to both. I think Ghost is going to type you. So let's go over to Ghost. We'll start it off. Ghost, obviously in a good spot so far, entering T4. Really good spot. Thank you, Brock, for initializing the game, buddy. Appreciate that. Just going to check that, make sure it's good. Wait a minute, Brock. Close the game. Hold on, close the game, buddy. It's still because you're still at It's Ghost is at home team. Try it again. Just Ghost home team. You can reinitialize. You're good. No, can you just watch that? Make sure it's good. Appreciate that. But Ghost, my thoughts on this is you've had a good season so far. We know you like playing quick, rapid to the punch. But unfortunately today, you're playing a very similar player that likes to rapid to the punch. Go to the next level on speed. Does that favor you, or does it hinder you a little bit, knowing that at a certain point there's going to be a leveling point? Your thoughts on that as well, and how you're going to try to navigate this one. It looks good there. Yep, that looks good, Brock. You're good. On Aria, for you, we always talk about progression. Usually you're one of those players trying to progress. This is the time for you to make a run, a lot of people have said. But you're playing Ghost, similar question. You play a similar style, fast and furious. You know what it's like to be here. You've been doing pretty well off the table. Now you're on the table. Thoughts on trying to get it back with Ghost here and get this win and start propelling? We know this is going to be a similar game in terms of style and, of course, in terms of card starts, too, as well. Feel free to speak your thoughts.
Yeah, of course. Of course, it's definitely an important point of the season. Definitely not the way we wanted to start out for sure. Obviously, the style is relatively similar, so we're going to be hoping that this favors us. It looks to be a straight fight. Yeah, otherwise, you just have to see how it evolves and then just adapt accordingly.
Thank you, Aria. And Brock, appreciate you getting that right. Correct. We'll wait for Ghost's thoughts here. I mean, Brock, your thoughts on... We'll go to the ref. Your thoughts on this game here, Brock? Obviously, you won last night. This doesn't affect you directly, but this is a big chance because Albion gets the winner. Thoughts on these two players playing Fast and Furious?
I mean, I I really don't know what to expect in this game.
Yeah, it's going to be fast. It's going to be furious. 5 to 10 is going to be the card start usually. We know Ghost can do upper tier when he wants, but I should have an advantage of speed because I'm used to it. But as far as I'm on a 6-match losing against Speeder, which doesn't bode well for me, really looking to breed this. And he's got to break it. And I think, yeah, that's the big thing. We talk about the playoff picture. This is it. This is probably the closest game you'll see to where the playoffs comes into play when you get to T4 and 5, the two tournaments where playoffs really come into the old matter with the Super League. If you're Ghost, it's now or never. If you're Aria, it's now or never. I know T5 exists, but you don't want to leave it up to chance to one last tournament. You got to break the mold right here and get a win for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we're at that point in the season. I mean, we're about halfway through the season, but if you haven't got enough wins yet, you're definitely starting to feel the pressure. So these players are going to be definitely feeling it here.
All right, well, let's get to it right now. Let's begin. Game 1, it'll go to Ghost. Ghost, fastest in the West. Will you be the fastest today? Let me know, my friend. Your call. How many? 12 cards, 12 pack. Let's get on. We're getting it on 12 pack. Ed on the booth. Brock will be the ref, of course. He'll put in the ref C12. He puts it in. Let's start it up right here. Nam on scoreboard. Big 6-11. Winner gets Albion. Who's got the 2 of clubs? We're about to find out. Let's get it underway. Refs, Brock. Just refs. Sorry about that. REFS. There we go. Or start. Yeah, either one. Thank you. We'll go to the blue 8. And we'll switch it over to the right away, Ed. There's a switch. You know that well.
I like that. That's a move I would pull. Just maybe even fade that blue off for later. Maybe you're better in red right now. Let's just start with that red.
All right, 1 second. We go to the yellow. Well, look at this. Look at this. Yeah, Ghost is laying some speed to the table. As Aria lays some speed. Single plays right here. You don't need to do those quad plays if you don't have to early. And there we go. Back to red, 2-color.
Yeah, blink and you might miss it with these guys. I mean, they're going pretty quick. I mean, we're only this is impressive.
It is ridiculously impressive. These guys are just putting on a clinic. Scoreboard should be updated now. Apologies right there.
They're halfway through the deck. They start with 12. They're down to 5. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. There's the +4 from Ghost. We're not expecting a long series here today, but right now Ghost is throwing the hammer. Here comes Aria with the potential shot back. Let's find out.
He's back to that red, which he switched to earlier, but Aria wants a green.
Aria, great throwback. Throws the green +2, and that's going to put her back in the lead triple play. Just like that, anything Ghost had, hard work to do again, but number efficiency exists.
Yeah, throwing those +4s early, I wonder if one of these guys still has another one in the tank, saving it towards a little bit closer to the end.
Let's see what will be. Ghost decides to make the break. He's going to play it cool. Test Aria, see if she has any more green. Does with a switch, though. No green, but a switch over to JT. Gets away with it. Gets away with murder right there. Let's see what Ghost will have.
He's liking that blue. Let's see what Ghost has in his pocket. It seems like he's typing. He might have something planned. Just rolling with the blue 3.
Yep, there we go. 5-3-1. A little bit of odd number straights. Ghost, does he switch off or does he keep it clean? Trying to roll back the clock here after getting thrown in the mouth. +4 of his own. Just like that, he's got it back. Oh, but Aria back to the blue end. Look at that crossover to Nick.
What a switch. Does that ice go? No, he's ready.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, he had a wild.
The read was ridiculous there from Ghost. The Seth Wild. How does Aria respond? Ammo galore, game 1. Here comes Aria with the reverse to KT's blue wild, and just like that, Aria's back in front. Here we go. But Ghost another +4. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Ed. That is crazy.
That's a lot. That's a lot of +4s played.
3 +4. That's it. It's over.
That's it.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. Ghost, where did you get some of this +4 magic? 2 of them and a couple +2 sandwiches and a wild. Did you have a lot of that off the initial get-go? Or Aria's +6 gave you a ridiculous return? I'm going to assume the first one was off the get-go. But where did you get the other 2? Because that was insane. Before I even ask Aria a question, I got to know where a lot of this came from. That was fast, Ed. That was real quick.
I got to catch my breath here.
Brock, don't forget to Uno log it, buddy. Appreciate that. Just for us, for the spectators. Appreciate that.
Did Ghost play 3 +4s that game?
Yeah, he went 3 +4s, 3 +2s, and he played a wild and a reverse. That's it. Already had more skips and reverses, but you can't really do much on 3 +4, even if you had one. That was crazy.
Yeah, just under 3 minutes as well. Wow.
Yeah, I got to see where all this came from because I'm not sure. We'll see what Ghost says here. Before I can really formulate a question, or I got to know where half this came from. Because if he got most of it off the +6, there's really no question to ask because then it's just a sit and duck. But let's see. While we wait for Ghost to formulate that, Ed, we talk about the speedsters, and these two fit the bill, right? These two have fit the bill. They know that at a certain point, there's going to come a point, in my humble opinion, where you look at this as, I don't know what's going on with the scoreboard. I'll get that fixed. Hold on. No, I'll get it, man. I'll just get it on my. I'll get it on my laptop, man. Don't worry about it. I got it. I'll get my laptop. I know you got stuff to do. Don't worry about it. I got it. I had 2 of the 4 +4s and +2s from the beginning. They drew in there at +2 and well. Oh my god! Oh my god!
I know.
All right, no problem, buddy. You just missed if you don't. But if you got stuff to do, don't worry about it. But regardless, Yeah, Ari, if that's the case, then I don't really have a question. That's unbelievable. I mean, 2 of the +4s and the pocket +2s. Unless the whiplash, I don't got any comment on that. I mean, what do you even ask in that situation? That's just a monster game. We've seen it with this bot sometimes, where you can get lucky on one hand, but then a whiplash. So Ghost has got to be fearful of that for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think Aria still played well in this game, switching off the green into blue. She kept up, but I think just couldn't quite keep up with the ammo that Ghost has. But we'll see if that whiplash happens here in the second game, or if he can keep up the momentum. We'll find out. I know it's just going to be another quick game, that's for sure.
All right, let's go to it right now. Game 2, back to Ghost. No question for Ari. Really just ridiculous. It's the card start. Here we go. Game 2, what is it going to be? 13, 1 up this time. So we know Ari is going to drop this down. We get to game 3. Brock will put it in. Here we go. Red deuce to start. And that's the thing, Ed. If you want to drop it down, now's the time. Because if you don't drop it down now, it could spell shambles. So I think Ari knows you got to get this game. Ghost is good with this upper tier.
Absolutely, and not quite as fast with the switching as last game. Just going to roll with red for a while here.
Yeah, we always talk about...
And there's the first switch.
Yeah, we always talk about the switches and when to cut your loss. I think in this case, if you're Ari, not a bad time to cut your loss.
No, not at all. I mean, first game's always a good feeler. Yeah.
Double play. Yeah, keep it going. Your thoughts on that feeler? Do you think they learned anything in that quick sprint to the finish? I don't know. Hard to say if they learned anything, though.
I would say they kind of learned each other's play styles. I mean, I think they both learned that they play very quick. I would say almost this game feels just a tiny bit slower now. They think they're both still catching their breaths from the first game. They're kind of rolling with the numbers here, not seeing the ammo as early on. So this might be a little bit more of a calm feeler. The first game was more of an aggressive feeler, and this is more of a calmer feeler. Or maybe they're just kind of low on ammo, and this is all they can do because we're already in the draw city.
Draw City, I've said that first speedy game 1. Need a little take a breath moment. Let's see, because they're Draw Citying it out. And we talk about Draw City all the time. It's feast or famine. And for now, it's right under a little bit of the famine portion, but feast could be soon. Here comes Ari, going to try to get us out of it. Will, green reverse, blue reverse, Goldie, into Ellison, into Nam. That's triple.
Take a nice little lead there.
Yep, Ghost just going to play back with that into the JT. And he'll go to, there we go. Camaro, there's the switch. And into Brock.
Yeah, Mara's ready with it. He was ready for it. He's rolling with the yellow now.
Yep, Steven into bow tie. And Ghost is drawn. Now Aria in full control in the yellow. In the Sting.
Oh, he switched to yellow and was out, and she's still going.
Not really good there. If you're Ed, I think if you're Ghost now you're starting a trail break here, and you're starting to feel the heat, and that's not what you need in this situation.
No, it feels like Aria so far has more control of this game, but now Ghost is gonna take these skips and put the cards into his put the balls in his court here.
Ghost puts it in the court, and just like that, tie game. Aria, tie the 2-possession game now. Aria does be able to fend it off with the Reds. Is it Ghost with a chance to stop this run from Aria, or does Aria have a finish at the back end? Let's see. And no, nothing. Just clean, cool, calm, collected. Into blue from Aria.
Big switch to blue with only 2 cards left.
Ghost, in the other hand, though, this is where he's comfortable.
Let's see what he's got saved off that draw city.
+4.
There it is, +4.
It is. Yeah, that's the thing here, Ed. When do you save the ammo? And Ghost has been getting a merchant of +4. This is his 4th one, so... Ari can only play it cool, but it's going to work for now.
That certainly might have saved him there, but now he's stuck drawing and Ari's still playing, so we'll see if it works out.
We'll see what it can be here. Well, right now it's a red wild, and he's going to keep it red.
That is interesting.
Oh, but Aria flips it over to yellow. I'm interested on that.
Oh.
That might have been a misplay, I think, Ed.
It could have, yeah. Because that's it.
That's it. Wow. Aria gets it back, and I'm not surprised about that, though. I'm not surprised about that. We talked about this game it can go fast and furious. I'm going to go to Ghost right here. I mean, Ghost, you really didn't have much going there, and then all of a sudden it just flipped, and then the script just took care of business. I mean, your thoughts on just your thoughts in general on how you got the win there, because that was, or how you, Ghost, your thoughts in general on how you got the +4s, but you couldn't get going on the back end, and your thoughts on just how Aria was able to get you to a more cleaner state, because you did that red wow. It's just, why did you do that? So you got to let me know. I don't know there, Seth. I mean, Seth, I don't know there. That red wow just, it doesn't make any sense why you would do that unless you have some type of calculated plot. I don't even know. Aria, I mean, good win right there, I got to say. Looking back at this game, this was all about two things. It was about just cleaning up the, I guess, the distress of the +4s and trying to combat that. But your thoughts on just getting the win and really just running it to the finish, because that's really what you did. You were able to run it cleaner, and you found a way to get the win.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I knew after the first game that we would need to attack quite well, but it really was just playing it by the ear, taking advantage of all opportunities, and it turned out quite well for me. So that's just a serious play with experience. These are things that you're able to recognize, and hopefully in Game 3 this can continue to be the same way.
He had to burn it because I thought they had a run. I had my own run after the red. Just didn't want to get in a mess amount of ammo at the very. Okay, so yeah, I mean that's interesting, Ed. So you use one, I guess, in a self-defense mechanism, but at the end of the day, you try to use one in the self-defense mechanism, and it can catch you out. In this case, it caught out, right? Unfortunately, it caught Ghost out, and you wonder, maybe you just, in that case, you're up 1-0, just play it straight. Why even try to do a self-defense? And, well, he got caught. Maybe he learns just to maybe just go for the gap a little bit more. But other than that, I don't really have much to say on that end, other than he just tried a little bit more defensive measure, and he got caught. That's how I kind of saw it now. And it makes sense that he did it that way.
Yeah, I still don't quite understand the move. I guess I can kind of see where he's coming from, but I think I would play it a little differently. Yeah, it is very interesting. But hey, they're both tied up now, so it's been good so far.
Well, and that's what it is sometimes. You got tied up to go there. Now the question here, Ed, it's Aria's turn. I think I know where we're going with this one, because Aria's more of this 5 to 15 type of player. Usually 5 to 10 is where she's at. We'll find out, though. But she'll go 14, so here we go. So she's going to keep it up a tier. Let's see. Oh,
hey, 13 worked out. Might as well. Oh.
Well, this is the classic. The old wild start free choice. Ghost already trying to jump the gun. Let's see. You wonder here if you're already, how aggressive do you go? And well, yeah, no, we don't do that here. Not with Aria. But we'll play it cool here. Into the blue 5. Yeah, into the blue 5. The speed's going to be the key here, Ed. The speed is going to be the key, because if Aria can keep speeding up Ghost, and Ghost can keep speeding up Aria, that's going to be the chess matches. There's Ghost into the switch.
Yeah, I feel like this added speed kind of just adds to the pressure. Just it really adds a sense of urgency.
Yeah, the urgency's there, and right now you got to look at this into the red 1. 1 down this time. Into the red 9 now. Where's it going to foil out as we go into the red 2? Into the red 6. Zach to Sanford. Back and forth. Crisscross applesauce. Back to Allen. Here we go. It's quick, Ed. I mean, in the yellow, these guys are not wasting time.
No, I mean, it feels like I'm watching a race here. They're just speeding on by. I mean, we got the yellow. We're finally in the green. We got all the colors now.
Here comes
but
Aria.
I mean, we started at 14. Aria's already down to 5.
Aria looking for 4, maybe a finish. This would be something. It was just numbers. Remember, Ghost had mentioned Whiplash. No, just a draw. That's the thing with the Whiplash. Sometimes you got to look at that and say, okay, what's going to be the key? And into the G6. That's the thing there. Looking at this card history for a brief second, If you're going to leave it open on reverse, you probably would have hoped for the switch back, and no switch back. So that means with no action cards, they're going to have to adjust just in the straight numbers so far. There's the switch.
Yeah, they slowed down a little bit for a sec, but now they're into this yellow. Seems like they're
+2.
we got.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Got that aggression.
Big aggressive play. Let's see if that's going to be the move from Aria. Ghost decides to go for the gap and take the advantage, but let's see. Now the question here is really the biggest question here. If you're Ghost, is you finally do a little thing, stop to breathe. Do you trust Aria has another color? Because if he has 3 straight yellows, then okay, you kind of accept it. But let's see.
I feel like she might have something else.
Does Aria have something else? Looking good right now. +4. Here we go. Looking for the finish. This might be it. Is this a check or finish? Ghost, all he can do is hope for a call out. No, double. Oh, boy. There's that whiplash theory. There's that whiplash, Ed.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
That's the problem when you have... log in Brock real quick. Yep. 258. That's the problem is Aria's up 2-1. When you have that massive hand in game 1, you got to expect something. That's a big one. Ghost, I got to go to you here first. You know, obviously you drew off that wild. We know that's your classic. You were going to do that off the classic. You didn't get it, but I don't think it would have mattered, man. There's no defense to 2 +4s and a sandwich +2. Did you save any wilds or anything you had in the back pocket, or do you ultimately think that last read on the green ISO where she moved to yellow, you just couldn't fire off anything, you just couldn't get the traction? Aria, obviously, clearly all that was from the start. I'm going to have to assume, unless you got some draw city off magic off that green reverse. I'm going to assume a lot of that's from the start. You're able to work the colors, get Ghost into more of an apprehensive state, and run it down clean?
Yeah, strategy went as well as I intended. So that was definitely a good execution, and overall just, I worked with what I had, which was already quite workable, for lack of a better term, and yeah, we made it work. So,
I mean, I don't really know what to think about that, Edward Ghost. If we talk about the whole whiplash theory, but you almost wonder with this, if it was whiplash theory for game 1, as he talks about, where do you find the ammo? Do you think about, okay, if I used up all my goods in game 1 and I'm not going to find much or resourceful ammo, that comes down to aggression. Where do you think the aggression is going to have to be lying here if he's going to use up all that ammo?
Yeah, I feel like this last game, I don't think he played a single ammo card. I think he's just got to find ways to get Aria into draw cities where he can take a step back, reload up on some cards, hope to get some ammo from some draws, and maybe just slow down for a second, because if he can just if he doesn't get those cards right off the start, he's got to find ways to get what he needs off the draws, and there wasn't a lot of drawing in that game, so I think that might be what he's focusing on in this next one.
Yeah, you can't do anything about drawing him again. Couldn't find it. Yeah, a lot of these games, unfortunately, game 2 is good, but the odd number of games have just been overpowered city, and when it's overpowered city, there's only so much you can do. You're sitting ducks. So far, Aria really rolling on this higher tier, and not a surprise by the slightest. Aria, your call. No 13-14, free choice otherwise. What's it going to be? 11, and Aria's just not even messing with it anymore. At no 5, no 6, and now you almost wonder. Brian, you can put it in. You almost wonder if you're Ghost, if you don't get it here, do you try a 5 or 6 or something? So we'll see. That's the last thing you gotta try. We'll see. This is a pivotal game 4.
Yeah, and both got the power plays in their back pocket as well. Anytime for Aria would be a good time to make a run to the finish, and Ghost may have to think about using it defensively, possibly.
That's exactly what you need right there, Ed. If you're Ghost, you need a draw off the start. That's a go one. Yeah. Here comes Aria with a switch. No.
Ghost is rolling with them. I'm thinking he might have some good cards here. He's not drawing either.
Mm-hmm. Not drawing either. Looking pretty clean. Let's see. Does Aria switch? No. Plays it cool. Ghost just still running it. Still running it clean. Still running it cool in the yellow. Yellow 2 now. But this is the switch over from Aria. Does Ghost have a little advantage now with the yellows? He's going to go aggressive with the switching again.
So far, it's all going to plan for Ghost in this game. He's getting all the switches he wants, and
That's not what he needed, though. And
he's dried out on red.
Yeah, you didn't need that for your Ghost because you had the momentum, but you gave Aria life, and now Aria with a lot of life and +2. Let's see, and there's Ghost. Gets out of the jam, goes for the double +2 sandwich, sends Aria packing.
That's a decent chain there, but let's see what he has saved to try and get something to the finish.
Into the G9. What is it going to be from Ghost?
Aria has plenty of cards to work with here to see if he can stop Ghost from getting anywhere close to a finish.
Yeah, blue 9 right now. Let's see. +2 from Aria saves the game a little bit there. Into a yellow +2. That's going to send Ghost packing back. Man, oh man, it's Fireworks City.
Tied up just like that.
Aria should take the lead here. It will. One possession. It's a new game.
There we go.
Ghost, ditto. Yellow 8 now from Aria. Can Ghost find anything right here after that double +2 chain? He's going to get the ammo return. Let's see what he got in that return. Just a double. The yellow 6. Yellow 9 now. Up to the top 4. To the Costa. Here comes Aria. Looking to go up 3-1. Power play in the back for both. 5-6. Ghost in favor. Switch to the green. Ghost immediately to the blue. That was split second. Unbelievable.
Aria still got that blue, though.
It's crazy how fast these guys play. It's unbelievable to think you can play that quick and keep it that clean. It's unbelievable.
Those switches were so quick, and now we're switching to red again.
Oh, but Ghost had no red earlier, and he found a way. Here comes Ghost for check. He's got it.
He has one.
Aria nothing. Ghost gets it on the red too. And just like that, you said that, Ghost seemed to have a little momentum, and it wasn't enough of momentum. Let's stop the clock at 3:06 because what a win. I'm going to go to Ghost here. Ghost, we're going to Game 5 now. Big win to tie it up. Huge win, in fact, because now it's a best of 3. Did you benefit a little bit off Aria drawing? And talk to me about that red save because, you play that red +2, you naturally think, that's it, you're juiced. Talk to me about the red save and saving those reds after using the +2 because that was basically the fade to get the win. That was a great fade. And for Aria, I mean, you did everything right. You got to the red wild. Nothing really to go. Was that red wild just trying to maybe draw a Ghost back or drag some time out? Because in reality, I don't think you would have thought about a power play there if you didn't have any double connector on a finish. So you say you maximized that and kind of accept it for Ghost just had a little bit more in the beginning?
Yeah. Overall, he played that game better. I, had, a relatively decent amount to work with. Him as well, of course, the teams. Yeah, it was very classic, very straight up fight, which is what we want to see, of course. But yeah, there wasn't any particular mistake that I would say that I would have made. Just maybe not the sequence, maybe that could have been different.
Yeah, and that's the sequence, right? As we wait for Ghost's response, somehow found a way to beat in a low ammo game. Picked up those red cards in his draw, and just managed to use number fishing to clear my hand rather smoothly. And yeah, it wasn't the explosion. Now, what did you get off that +2 return Aria did? I want to know, what was that double +2? Was that just all numbers, or did you maybe pick up that yellow reverse just to offset something? Was that just more of a number game? Double numbers fell in your direction? Ghost, let me know. That's the only thing I can think of, man. When you get that return like that, pick the yellow. Yeah, so double numbers won the game, and I think with all the ammo being juiced, it almost gave a nullifier in a good way. It navigated the nullifier for the finish, and ultimately it was enough to win. But man, that was fast and furious with the split-second decision. He was hauling the mail right there. So was Aria, hauling the mail in these switches. Unreal. Ed?
Yeah, I mean, we're tied up again. I'm wondering, I think we're going back into Ghost's home territory here. He liked those higher tier starts. I'm wondering if he's going to dip into something a little lower this time to maybe throw Aria off, or maybe he'll stay up there. I mean, it's tough to say. We're tied up again. They both got the power play in the pocket. I'm sure we'll be seeing those soon.
Yeah, you never know in this game. I mean, a lot of things can go one way or the other. And let's get to it. Here we go. It's going to be Ghost call. Ghost. No 11-12. What are we going to do? Can we get something cooking without the 11-12? Send it. Oh, boy. We're keeping it upper tier. Big game. Game 5. Winner of Game 5 usually has control of the series. Let's see what happens. We're sending it. Thank you, Brock. Let's get it. Oh, boy, this is going to be really good here. Eddie, got to look full send as we continue with the ridiculous starter right there. My goodness, right off the money. Blue, too. Not even hesitation with the switch.
They got a good selection of cards here, 15. So we'll see how they run with that. I mean, already it's not too quick. Taking a little pause here.
Well, Aria really doesn't venture into this, so maybe 15 cards, most you've played all day. Take a little pause, give us a little break. Why not?
Sure.
We could use that. It's been festival. That just could be the reason why. Look at this.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Oh, my
Here it comes.
goodness. A quad play. How about that? Ellison, the Goldie, over
from
to Yoshi.
The start, too.
In the bow tie. 4-bagger. Keeps it clean. Doubles up. What's it going to be here now? Because you wonder here, Ed, as we continue to run yellows here, with these single plays, there's an opportunity for a defensive power play. That's what I'm noticing. There is a gap for it, and go straws. Let's see. Can Aria continue?
We're certainly at that point in the series where they might want to use a defensive power play if needed.
Now go switching here. Let's see. Aria will have the lead now with the switch. Big time lead, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Big time lead with the big time switch. Let's see.
Aria used that chain up earlier, but I have a feeling she still has some good ammo saved up if she used all that early.
I think she might be saving a little bit here. Let's see. Aria loading up, taking her time. Power play still on the board for both. Don't expect that right now. Here comes Aria.
Imagine if we did see a power play used now and then.
That would be crazy, but no power play there. But it's just a draw. And the blue 9 now. Red 9. There's the switch over. Already gets the bail, and it's trips 9. Look at that, Ed. How about that? Into the green.
A lot of switching.
Into Brian. Is there a yellow for the classic rainbow? No. +2 offset, and now Aria can run. Here we go. Is this for the win? Or is this to get close to 3?
Oh.
Look at this.
This is a lot.
Aria, massive run.
Oh, my gosh.
Is this Aria for 3? Yes. Blue 8 now, over from Ghost. Let's see what it'll be.
Oh, I don't know about that switch.
Aria going for a little bit more aggressive with the hope for the switch, maybe. It's going to work, though.
She did switch off that blue earlier, so that makes sense.
Yeah, now it's just the gangster on jacket. Now Aria goes to red. Aggressive.
He wants that red.
Trying to push the pace. Ghost goes back to blue. End around classic. Wow.
Stops her in her tracks right there.
Number efficiency is not going to work either. That's big. Ghost with the momentum. But he's going to ISO it. Great play. Aria, another red one. Topper.
Oh, my.
That's a topper, Red. Hondo.
Yeah. How does Ghost stop this, though? I mean, he was able to switch off before, and now he's out.
Nah, he's done. He's juiced. And now this is big. Absolutely mega for Aria. But that's yellow. Is that favor Aria off the switch back? Or does Ghost try ISO with the yellow 7? Big 2-card chain. Is it over? That's it.
He's taking a gamble here.
And Aria gets the win, 1 away from the series. But now it comes back to the question here. I got it. Well, actually, it doesn't matter with Ghost, but I got to go to Ghost. Ghost, you really played that aggressively, I would say. Trying the end-around classic. You were shooting at the hip for blue. Did you run out of other colors other than the blue to really work that game down? Because that's what it seemed like. You just couldn't execute the way you wanted to, and that might have been because of the color deficiency. Let me know. mean, Ari, that was a good win, but at the same time, I think you really caught Ghost lacking with the blue. Talk to me about the save plays and using that topper wild to navigate it, because a lot of the early wilds, you really just be able to navigate and let the cards do the talking, but let the one color he didn't have do the talking, which basically gave you a lot of leverage compared to the past.
Yeah, Chris. I mean, that was all set from the very, very first play of the game all the way to the very end. It was very well coordinated. That definitely is a game that I'm quite proud of, with how that all was sequenced and how the execution was quite good. I knew what he was trying. I knew what he was trying to do there, especially towards the end. But really, it was about not cracking under the pressure, holding my nerve, trusting in myself that, my tactic would have worked. And in the end, it did turn out to work. So that's obviously definitely what we needed. And, hopefully we can close this out.
Wait for Ghost here, Brock. Or Ed, Brock did the lock. But the thing here, Ed, I have to look at this as two things. Now it's Game 6. Aria has been really good in this upper tier. The problem is the upper tier is starting to drain. There's no 15 through 13. And 12 and 11, that was Ghost's range. Where would you go here in this Game 6 start? And Ghost basically said, I just couldn't stop all those wild, had to burn my colors, and ultimately didn't work. Yeah, it's part of the game too, man. It's part of the game. Do you think if you're Ghost, do you have to go a little bit more, I don't want to say conservative, I don't think that's the right move, cautiously aggressive, maybe the first 5 cards, because ultimately, Aria's been able, in these last couple of games, run it. These first 4 or 5 cards where Ghost, on the other hand, has been just more, he's been catching himself with the lack of one color he needs. In this case, blue. The other game was red. He's not been able to just connect the dots, which is big.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at this point, this is the game where I'd say 100% we're going to see a power play used, whether it's Aria getting that win to seal it or Ghost getting another game to tie right back up again. I think without a doubt we're going to see it in this game because we're just down to the wire at this point. I feel like it's bound to happen.
You're going to play a little bit slow. No problem, buddy. Well, it'll be Aria's call here, so you don't got to worry about this game. Aria, your call, trying to close it out. It's going to be no, and that's what I thought.
Oh
Gambling.
My gosh.
Here we go, Ed. It's Gamble City. This is it. Aria looking to close it out, and I see why she did this move. That's why. You want a good connector. Here's the +2.
Hey, why not? You're up a game. You got the power play in your pocket. Why not?
5 cards. This can end really in one turn. Let's see if it ends. Remember, Ghost can't do anything. There's no power play on the first turn, so he's stuck.
Yeah.
Let's see what Aria will do here. +2. There it is. Draws. Okay.
Ooh.
So Ghost.
Even it open.
Yeah, so Ghost is going to have 9 cards to start versus 5. What will it be if you're Ghost here? You got 4. He had nothing. So he's not even going to attempt to do anything. Okay. But you definitely want to get off that +2 if you're Ed for sure. You want to get off that pluser.
Yeah.
There you go. That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
How about that? Well, now Ghost in the lead, and the ammo's going wild. Yeah, that's unbelievable here, for sure. And just looking at that, trips +2 used off the board now. So if you're Ghost, you're making this break. Do you feel confident making the break? That's why the only thing I got to look at: are you confident in making the break as we go green 8?
Yeah, I mean, starting off the 5 cards, you might have something good. You might have something to get to a finish, or you might just have absolutely nothing that works, and you're just stuck. And these players were stuck for a little bit.
Switching.
Ghost is now stuck on the green, but he's got the switch. So
yeah, that's your favorite, Ed. Yeah, the switching is that's the one thing keeping Ghost in this series. The switching, there's no doubt. Into the yellow 2 now. Let's see what Ghost will have in the back end. 0 sugar. Yellow 4 now. Can Ghost find a way to lock and key this into a Game 7? We've had a couple of them this round. About 5 of them. But not a lot compared to the past.
I'm liking these yellows, but I have a feeling blue might become pivotal here soon. I mean, we only saw it at the start.
The 0-9 there from Ghost. Power play open for both. Here comes Aria. Aria looking for something right here. Taking her time. Really taking her time. Ghost had made that break. Nothing skipped draw. Here comes Ghost.
It's a big opening.
Massive opening, and Ghost is just going to close it off. I mean, now you close it off there, Ed. That's a move and a half.
Yeah, and we got that
Power play from Aria. This might be
boy.
game. No, in the red, not game. No game. Uses it to get to red. Interesting. So that's not game, but Aria now with the 2 possession. Ghost has the power play anytime.
Maybe she thinks this could lead to the finish. Maybe she thinks Ghost is not good on that
Ghost
red,
is-
especially since he switched off.
Ghost is probably going to sense something. Let's see. I expect him to sense something. We'll see.
He can win this game with Aria burning her power play. That would be huge for Ghost.
Screw it. Remember, you can't you can't power play though. You can't because it's back to back. He can't do that.
I wonder if that's what he was going to do. It kind of seems. I think that's what he was going to do.
You can't power play it back to back, and that's big. So Ghost is going to have to go all natural here. Triple play, so Aria will get a chance.
Huh.
I think he had some type of connector, but Aria's going to sniff that out. Nothing. Now Ghost can power play if he wants, but he can't.
Draws. Wonder what he would have done with that power play.
I don't even know on that one. No power play for. Well, now if you want to use it, this might be the chance for your Ghost. Let's see into the green wild. Aria's juiced. Let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's going to do here. Ghost looking for something right here on this green wild. Did he just get a magical switch he needed to win to force this G7? Or does Aria have a closeout soon?
He's typing. He might have something huge here.
+4 from Ghost. He's going to save the game. Look at the first +4 in a minute, Ed, since game 2.
Yeah, and he's going to
Saves
end
the
it
game.
there with the red 5. I don't think Aria's good on that red.
No,
Let's see what she's got now.
Saves the game. How about that? What's it going to be here from Aria after the red 5? From Ghost. Back to the green wild. Great play.
Oh,
What a play there from Aria to ice it out. Does Ghost have a split ammo for the finish, though? He does not, but he's got it saved on the green.
got that check. I don't know if he's got the finish, but
Save the power play, too. Oh, there's the green reverse.
there.
And there's the blue reverse coming. Here comes our +2. Saves the game. There it is.
Wow.
But draws, so that's it. Gonna leave it open. Ghost with a chance. Looking for 2. He gets it to 2. Nothing. Back to 3. 3-4. Shut the door. Draw City. Unbelievable, Ed.
Man, it was getting close, but Aria came in clutch to save that one.
Yeah, massive saves from Aria. Ghost, he'll be content to run it back.
This ends up going in the way of Aria. That could be the play of the game, saving it right there with that color switch.
Ghost right now had a control, then lost it. Had it again, then lost it. Throwing back. Let's see, drawing again. Who's going to break out of this draw city? There it is with Ghost with a blink. Into the blue deuce. There's the Brad. Finally, the longest game of the series. We go to green. 7 minutes here. Does Ghost have any green? Look at this card history. Yeah, there's a chance he could break this.
Yeah, he might have got some good stuff off the
Even if
draw,
it's
the
just numbers.
+2 that he. Yeah, I mean, it's all numbers.
Even if it's just numbers, there's not much left. Ghost for check. Goes for the check to the win for the Game 7. Does he have it?
Here we go.
No. Switch over to red.
Oh.
Number efficiency, wrong number for Aria. Here we go now. KT Classic
Ooh.
into the blue. Is that what Ghost needs, though, to finish it off? No power play. Now he can't. Oh, it's the KT Classic. There it is.
Wow. I wonder if that's another big save from Aria.
Absolutely is. Absolutely. Save the game.
Yeah.
Smart play. You don't know what the other players got. Smart play it. Here comes Ghost. Let's see. Top decks exist, though. We've seen a race to the toppers before. No. Draw City.
Ooh.
Continuing that.
Yeah, with these low card starts, I feel like it's harder to find a rhythm with the cards you have, and oftentimes they end up going to draw cities, and we've already seen a couple of them today.
Blue 9, there's
But
the topper. Yep.
got the toppers here now coming out.
Yeah, there's the toppers now. JT undercuts it. Let's see if Aria switches. No. And Aria can't switch here, Ed, because Ghost has the possession. He's got 2 possessions to work with. That's the thing. You almost rather see Ghost make the move first than Aria. And Aria is a player that build runs. And Aria's going to do the blink. That's nothing to majorly affect anything. But closes the gap now. 1 possession. Whoever plays now will be the guy to control it. Draw City, Draw City. 8-minute game here. Now, Brock, you got to think, because we'll log this up. I'll log this up real quick. This is the endurance battle. 9 minutes, excuse me now. And when you look at the endurance battle, and you got to look at this from 2 sides. They've yet to be in this game. This is now a 25-minute series. That's when it really does play into both players in the sense of endurance. They both have had endurance battles throughout the year. And when you both have endurance battles throughout the year, you got to go back to the old playbook on the spot.
Yeah. This is the first game in the series of its kind with this endurance, with the draw cities. It's a whole different game than the past couple of games. This is it's a marathon. It's not a sprint to the finish. It's a marathon.
Well, Ghost wants to make it a sprint, possibly with a topper. And he has every right to, because he has the pace advantage here with the possession arrow. He'll tie it up. Here comes Aria. Aria looking to steal it back, though, and will steal it back. There it is.
Ooh.
So that ends that debate. +2 heaven. Now Ghost, hard work to do again.
Yeah, he's all the way back to 15 now. Aria's at 5. I mean,
10 cards, yeah.
Ghost has plenty of cards to work with now, though.
It goes plenty of time, over 10 minutes now. We're going to be here for a minute. Ghost's going to have to find something here. He's taking his time, sorting through those 15 cards. First time we've had a little bit of a break here. Really taking his time here. There's not much left, though. Ammo's starting to wind down. There's not much left you can do on the plusers, so you're hoping to get that +4. Wilds are juice, +2s are low. Only 2 left.
I mean, you got to think with 15 cards, you got 8 + 4 in there. At least 1.
Into the red 8. There it is. Ghost will switch it. Aria to 4. Power play still on the board for Ghost whenever. What's he got right here? Red is the one other color with the +2s. Let's see if he can connect it. Here's the skip. Into Leah. Double play. Classic. Double up now. There we go.
Ooh.
So that's only a classic. Ghost is only trimming the gap minor. He can only get this to 7 possessions. At most here, I can see. If he has a double,
Aria's got it down to 3.
It's Ghost thinking about that power play. What's he looking at? This is really interesting here, Ed, because the ammo on the +2s is drained. It's simple. Use the
Mhm.
+4 and send it, but do you have the guts to do that? And I think that's what Ghost is weighing here, because Aria is in a power spot. Ghost is more living on a
Yeah.
prayer. Let's
Yeah,
see.
Ghost has got to find a way to draw this a little closer. I mean, Arya is in a kind of a scary position right now for Ghost. She could have something that leads to a finish, but we don't know for sure. So that's that uncertainty that might make him act a little more aggressively here sooner than later.
All be from Ghost right here, taking time, not trying to rush things. +4, that's going to stop the train. There we go. +4 from Ghost. Not going to waste any time, any possessions. Double play, so that's going to keep it clean. Aria, yellow 5. Oh, man, this is going to be interesting to say the least here now, Ed, because look at this. Both players, they've used +4s, they've used wilds. They're basically sending it now for sure. +2 from...
Yeah.
There it is, +2 from Ghost. That's going to kill the yellow +2s.
It's like that, all tied up yet again.
Just like that. Ghost has rallied, and that's big for Ghost. He needed that rally. He just got it.
Ooh.
Draw City from Aria. Ghost looking to fight back right here.
And the Ghost has that momentum shifting to his side now.
He is shifting. Got the yellow 6. Does Aria switch? No. No switching right now. Playing it clean. Straight up. But Ghost is going to draw. It's Draw City again. Now a 14-minute game here, Ed.
Yep, starting to get a little low on those cards.
Low. The deck
yeah.
is getting low. We're starting to get to the point now where anything goes and anything flows. Let's see. Draw City again. Still keeping it that way. Continuing to draw. Continuing to Draw City. Will there be a potential breaker I have to look at? If you're looking for a breaker, now would be the chance to do the breaker if you're a Eater player. There we go. There's the yellow 7.
There it is.
Because we're just running low. Now you feel more confident. There's no +2s coming in this color. You feel more confident just to play a number and hope for a switch. Ghost looking for something on the back. Oh, there it is. Well, that's a different type of breaker right there, Ed. That's a green 7. That's a different type.
Doesn't matter. Red 7 now.
Well, that's big because that's the one thing we were looking at. The one red +2 is lurking. Who's got it? And it's not Ghost. 0 sugar from Aria.
Not Ghost unless he wants to save it for later.
Yeah, it's not Ghost if you want to save it for later. There you go. Green 9. Back to it, so we'll go to green. Into the Brian 9. Still looking at this CH. Like you said, a lot of shoes were just awaiting that red +2, but you don't know if that's going to happen.
Right. I mean, it almost feels like we might, with the way they're playing right now, with the numbers, they might go into another switch. That leads into a Draw City. I feel like we might get a reset here, possibly.
Could be a resetter. Still +4s out there. Still things available. Let's see what it's going to be here. Both are playing pretty clean. G4. Is there a way for Ghost to get? He's playing slower, but he's not out of it by any means.
Not at all.
G8 as well. Red 8. Back to the red. That's what we're saying with the red +2. Ah, that's the thing.
Switching it to red. She might be good in that red. I mean, it kind of feels like but Ghost doesn't want her to have red.
I think he's probably fearing that R +2. He's fearing it, and that's the problem, right, Ed? If you fear that red +2 is still out there, someone's got to have it.
Yeah. Yeah, he switched off the red those last 2 times. He really, really does not want that red right now. He might not be strong in it, and probably doesn't want that +2.
Blue 4 now from Ghost, so he'll play it clean. Once again, almost 20-minute game. This one game has encapsulated the whole series, and that's what I'm saying. The red, there it is. The +2 is the fear. I think that's the problem.
Yep.
Ghost is fearing Aria might have it, and that red +2. is the ultimate thing holding back maybe Aria from a win because Ghost keeps trying for this one switch.
Yeah, and he was able to switch it before, but now he's going with that. There it
Called
is.
it, yep. Called that junk. Yeah, it was another no-brainer. Now it's decision time. Does Ghost power play here? It's 7-3, or does he stick it? Does he stick it out, or does he go for it? Let's see. Ghost looking for something. What has he got in the back end? Plus, everything's juiced except for a couple measly +4s and reverse skips. I'm not sure what Ghost can do here, though. That's the thing. He's thinking this one through, but where else is his options?
This is a tough position because Aria might have saved some cards from drawing earlier that put her in this position right now to take her to the finish. It's just up to Ghost to see what he plays, whether it's a power play or something else to stop that run right now. Unless she has nothing, it's a really tough decision at this point.
It really is tough, and I think you got to look at this from two perspectives. If you're power play from Ghost, you got to try. Here we go. Is this a game winner, or is it just a stop on D? Hour into the stream now. Here it is. Can Ghost use this power play for the finish, or is he going for defense? Does he have anything left?
I don't know if he'll have the finish, but I feel like this is going to draw him out at least a little bit closer. Yeah, I mean, he's drawing.
Yeah.
Well,
that's his best move. He thought, okay, that's what he thought. That's his best move. I get it. It's going to work, though, but not really because he just flushed it. So, yeah, that's the problem. Thank God, says Ghost. Let's see. Is this a top decker? Top deck? Are you kidding me after 18 minutes? He just saved himself. Are you kidding me? This is for Game 7. Here comes Ghost. Power play juiced. He may kick himself there, but he's going to get the win here, it looks like, as long as he plays this right. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, can you believe that, Ed, from 7 back, a top deck something, had to be the +4. Oh.
well, it gets him out. It gets him closer, I guess.
Well, it gets him out of any danger, I guess. Let's see.
Yeah.
+4. Wow.
Yeah. Saw that coming.
Now he's got the lead. So not a game over, but we keep the clock running. But unbelievable right there. Unbelievable. In a game where you don't expect it, it happening. Blue 7 in the lane.
Oh, both out the power play now. Probably makes both players feel a little better that they don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, that's good. It's neutralized now. No more. It's just all natural with the finish. What's it going to be from Ghost? Still taking time. Blue 6 right there. There it is. So Aria and now Ghost going to trade some blues. 1 down. Aria goes back to the B7. Into the lane. Ghost, here's the reverse. Looking for a double. Triple. This the check for Ghost. Can he get the check right here? Or does he cash it after a long game? He cashes in? Are you kidding me? Game 7. Wow. No more power plays. Ghost cashes in. 21 minutes later, it's over. Game 7. I mean, that basically took the whole... That's one game was the length of the whole series. You believe that?
Unbelievable. With the lowest card start, too.
That's unbelievable, man. That's unbelievable. I'm going to go to Ghost. Talk to me through that power play. I mean, obviously, hindsight's 20. It wasn't the best power play, but she didn't have anything. It still was a ridiculous game. Talk to me through how you got through and get the win there. And some of the isolation. Talk to me how you were able to isolate Aria a lot towards the end on the greens and the blues, because it felt like Aria needs something more on those yellows. or sorry, the yellows and the blues. Aria needed something more than the greens and the red, and you were able to find it. Aria, I kept saying every single time, every single minute, you probably had the red +2 and just needed that red to finish off right. There were 2 +4s in the deck. Was not going to risk any of that. Understandable. I mean, I'll go to Aria here. I'm going to also grab a drink in a second here. But Aria, I can't believe you had the last red +2 in a sense, but you couldn't finish it off. Was it he just had too many answers on isolation? Or did you have just not enough on the back end to where you could consolidate the red to go for the finish? Because ultimately, if you just had a little bit more time, bought more time in the red +2 to connectors, we're talking you win the series. Now you got to go to a Game 7 after a drag-out fight. What's your thoughts on this Game 7? Because that was a absolute doozy of a game.
Yeah, of course. I mean, in short, the power play is the reason I did not win the game. Otherwise, I would have had it. So it was definitely a very good defense on his part, and now we got ourselves to a Game 7. So it's gonna be a straight fight, but he's done a very good job of day defending. That's kind of been his biggest strength, but otherwise, I think we played it quite well, and we're gonna take it to the finish with the hope of a win. So let's see.
Ed, before we get to this Game 7, and obviously we're going to take a little break. I'm going to have you fill some dead air as well while I get some here in my cabinet. But what we're seeing here is the ultimate endurance battle versus the speed game. We saw the speed game. 2-3 minutes, right? Even plan A's, plan B's. That's all we saw. Then, all of a sudden, we went from plan A to B to plan A to Z. Just like that. And that's crazy how it just flipped like that. Now, we're at the point where, if you look at this game, anything goes, anything flows. Thoughts on how either player can get leverage? Because, in my humble opinion, neither player had been able to really establish leverage until we got to plan J, where everything really came downhill. Because that's really the ultimate test. When everything comes downhill, then someone can get an advantage on a color deficiency. What's your thoughts on this game and how things are going to have to change? Because both players just leverage the situation really well.
Yeah, I feel like that long endurance game was just the result of the low card start, not starting with good cards, drawing back, running back down to a low number, drawing back again. It just feels like they never had all the ammo they needed during the game to make it towards the finish until at some point Ghost, of course, after he used his power play, able to get the cards he needed to get it to the finish. So I have a feeling we might be looking at another higher tier start in this next game because of how long this last one is, and especially with Aria looking to go back. I guess Ghost will be it's his choice, I believe, for this next game of cards. I have a feeling he might be going a little higher. So, but no power plays left. It's going to be
Great fight. Yep.
All on deck. Just straight to it.
All right, and I'm gonna let you catch. I'm gonna let the fans. I'm gonna let you do a little commentary here. I'm gonna go in my pants real quick, get a little snack, and then get this apple, and then have it on the side ready. So just give me like a 2 minute. I need 2 minutes. Just let me do my thing. I'll be right back. Go for it.
Of course, I got you. So let's recap the series so far. Ghost started off very quickly in that 12-card start, snagging game 1. Honestly, in that first game, he left Aria on the desk, got that win, but things took a turn in the second game where Ghost kind of was a little bit dried out on ammo. I mean, Aria made it look easy. It was very smooth. Honestly, that game 2 and game 3, Aria just very smoothly got to the finish. I mean, Ghost put up more of a fight in the third game than the second game, I would say, but it was very, very smooth and very impressive how Aria finished out game 2 and game 3, but Ghost had that answer in game 4, and Aria responded right back in game 5 with 15 cards, showing that no matter how many how many cards she has, 15. She was able to make all those cards work. And what an endurance match, obviously, that we just talked about here. In game 6, 21 minutes, longer than all the other games. I think the next game, if I were to make a prediction for the next game, I think we're looking at a 5-minute game. I think it's going to be longer than the first 5 games, because those are all 2 minutes. But I don't think we're going to be going as long as game 6. I think the afterburners are going to kick in again. We're gonna get some gambles. We're gonna see some crazy moves. So, I mean, both we should have known this would happen. Both these players desperate for a win in this tournament. Both wanting to win so badly to move on. Obviously, there's still chance of Super League if both players can take a win from today and turn it into something more. But obviously, that first step is winning today. And 1 game left in the series. It all comes down to this. This is exactly what we wanted out of this stream. It's got to be entertaining for the fans to watch both these class players come all the way down to a game 7. And I am so excited to see what happens here in this game 7, because game 7 moments are always exciting. That's for sure.
I'm back, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate you covering.
No problem. No problem.
Unbelievable. We're going to home. And once again, it is Ghost. It's called Ghost. No 5, no 11, no 12. Your call. Game 7. What are we doing, my friend? I think I know where we're going with it. All right. 8. Really? He's going to spice this one up. Not a full set.
Okay.
Remember, no power play. This is a big moment. You got to think here. If you're Ghost, 5 and 3 looks a lot different than 4 and 4. If you're Aria, you get this win. There's opportunity. Abion's a quad 2 player. This is a quad central game coming up. So far, the series, like I said, that last game is most of this series. That one game.
Yeah.
Long way to go. This could be buckled up moment here. Is this going to be a 10-minute series or 10-minute game? We're going to have a quick 2-minute and that's it. Something's got to give.
Yeah, I thought they might go a little higher tier, somewhere between 13 and 15 possibly, but he went pretty low.
Take their time right here.
Red A, okay.
Maybe. Well, I'm not sure. Spacing goes, spacing. Wait a minute, that's not spacing. That's not good.
Uh-oh. What's going on here?
Oh, okay. Okay, I gave you. I was going to say, wait a minute. Well, it doesn't matter. There's the blue 4 switch. Here we go. Tie game. Aria in the lead. Ghost ties it up. Looking for a double. Double. He's got it back. Aria back to green.
Big switch right there.
Can Ghost find anything on this green? Nothing. Aria with the chance.
Oh boy.
Green 7.
Ghost just Ghost just has to hope that he can get something off the draw here.
Oh, he gets it back to blue.
Number.
That's a mistake. Well, not a mistake. That's a big switch. It could be ISO.
He was rolling with the blue earlier.
ISO.
But he's out. Top
Aria
deck.
topper. One up this time. Toppers. It really is about toppers right now here, Ed. It's the ISO city.
Yeah. Yeah, we might be looking at more endurance like last game once again.
Yeah, we saw that. Continuing here. Draw it out here. Still drawing it out. So, yeah, you're scared and hesitant to make the switch. Blue is just a safe color. You're waiting for someone to make the drop. There it is. Ghost to red.
Speaking of, yeah.
And there's nothing for Aria. That's big.
Oh. He's probably loaded on green and yellow.
Back
yeah,
to
there's yellow.
And the Pandora is now opening. One up this time. Well, you got to look at this here now, Ed. They both have made simple breaks to other colors, and the PA is going to Ghost. He's got the possession. He just rallied back, which is big.
Yeah.
Here comes Ghost. Ghost rallying back on the PA, this time to yellow.
We hadn't seen yellow up until this point in the game. They might have something they can chain together here with this yellow.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you do here for Ghost because there's no power play. So he's either thinking he might be a little slow or he's just thinking about how to try to do a split run. I don't know. No, just all right, a little slow then. Yellow 2. Here comes Aria now. In his bow tie. What will Aria have? Down 2, looking to cut this to 1 or tie. Will be
Yeah,
a
I have a
double
feeling
play.
Aria's going to need a switch to
Plus
make
2,
it
that's
a
going to keep the
different...
game alive.
Ooh.
Going to keep it alive here. Oh, that's going to really keep it alive. Triple play. Uses the hammer. Now Aria with the possession error. Just like that, Aria up 6. In the Vapors card. Here he is. Ghost plus 4. That may have saved the game, no regard. That could have been a finisher.
Those plus 2s.
And a plus 2. There you go, Ed. Right in the money.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, he used those plus 2s, got a plus 2 and a plus 4 in the deal, and just like that, possession
Scoreboard
arrow,
flipper.
right
Yep.
back to Ghost.
Scoreboard flipper, and he's got some in the kitty. Big scoreboard flipper.
And Aria might not be good on blue. I mean, might not be too strong on blue still, unless she got some off the plus 4 and the plus 2 here.
You got to think if you're Aria now, you're in a position where if you have anything, you use it. But you also got to remember, Ghost he's burned a lot too. So they're both burning. It's got a lot of fuel from the last game. It's going to be long. It's going to be drawn out. And they're going to burn ammo through it. They're going to burn through their cycle. We talked about this, Ed. We were headed for maybe a 30-minute stream, and all of a sudden it's kicked off these last 2 games.
It sure has, and she wants a yellow. She has that yellow sitting in the back pocket. She gets that switch there, but we'll see. I mean, this might continue to be more of an endurance game.
Absolutely nothing, which is massive. But Ghost gets the green switch. Ooh. Oh my goodness. It's back and forth on number efficiency. Yep. All square now. Ghost with the PA, and it's only by 1. All it's going to take is 1 double play to change the outcome of the scoreboard. Here we go. 5.
Oh boy. You called it.
Yep. That's just a double. Now it changes the whole complexion. Ghost, remember, plus 2 still available in green. Goes for a quick double. Aria says not so fast. Here we go. Triple play. Keeps it running. Is this an Aria style finish for the win for game 7, or is it check? That's it. Aria gets it done. Ghost is done. Unbelievable. We hadn't seen it all series. It was Aria in the end. Are you kidding me? That's a classic Aria way to get it done, Brock. 6 minutes on the clock. Nah, you good, brother. Oh, man. That unbelievable. I'm going to go to Ghost here. Ghost. I mean, that's the one thing I was thinking in my head. The one thing you had to prevent this whole... You did a great job this whole series. Was prevent the 6 card or some stupid finish. Unfortunately, in this case, it was a case where you just couldn't find a little bit on a run because the blue icer, the ice cold blue icer, it was top deck city. Did you have anything to fight back, or once you used that last plus 2 and plus 4 chain, you were juiced? Talk to me through it, because that ultimately is what just didn't... It did you in today. That's what I have to say. Aria, incredibly, I think what saved this game was sure the blue ISO, for sure. But the fact of the matter is Ghost did that Blue Icer. Did you have a green finish after that green 7 initially? Did he did a good job to stall that? Or were you praying for the draw C to kind of neutralize the game because you had nothing and got all of that in the DC?
Yeah. I mean, overall, I had to change up my strategy for a little bit, but in general, I kind of already had what I needed. It was really just about timing how exactly I was going to do it, when exactly I was going to do it, and then obviously when the opportunity played itself right, I had to get rid of a card, and that opportunity opened up for me to be able to do that. Which once I did, pretty much paved the way for a clear finish. Which of course, I had to pull out, one of my oldest tricks in the book. So,
Right.
After that, I was able to pull it off. It was a good match. His defense was very good. It was a very good match overall. The whole 7 matches, pushed me all the way. Definitely got quite sketchy at times, but, overall, I think it's very good. This kind of classic style of playing, speed of playing, the level of playing, and it just shows the competitiveness of the series. So I'm quite happy with that.
Ghost, real quick. I'll go to you real quick, man. Your thoughts on just how you're going to make it happen in T5. Obviously, not the position you want to be trying to run it back, but the good news is, unlike last year where we had a ridiculous amount of people breaking away, the field is unbelievably tight. Your thoughts on just trying to make it back for T5. Aria, your thoughts on Abian. This is another player that plays quick but not as fast as Ghost, but has a lot of vulnerability. Is this your chance to make a run as you get your second win of the season? Ironically, against 2 people that were ranked 21 and 22 now in the Super League stand, Peter and Ghost.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you have to take it round by round. For sure, there's definitely a good start, but there was obviously areas where we could have improved. Just general efficiency. Yeah, overall, it's pretty much just efficiency, execution, things of the sort, just playing craft. Obviously, you will know that there will be a challenge for sure, but, obviously we advance for a reason. So the aim, of course, is to advance to the next round and the next round, but, it's going to be a learning experience next round, and we'll just have to play it by ear. I'm quite confident myself, so let's see.
I'll go to Ed to kind of close this out once we get to the updated graphics in one set. Ed, we talked about, I said this in the reveal show, I said, this is the chance for Aria. This was her one chance. Ghost plays very similar to Aria, and ultimately the speed show, the Speed Demons, it was neat. And I think if you're Ghost, you're going to, I don't even think it was the Whiplash. The Whiplash was whatever in game 1. He still had stuff towards the end. I don't think that was the problem. He's going to look back to that game number 3, I think, though. He's going to look back and say, man, could I have put a little more pressure on that upper tier start? Because that game 3, in my opinion, where Aria stole it on 14 with that quick, he could have put a little more pressure maybe on a +2, as he was saying, leaving hanging. And that could change the game outcome. But other than that, your thoughts on Aria playing Abian next round as I get everything set up?
Yeah, I think Aria played quite well today. I think Abian's really going to have a tough opponent here. I was very impressed with how Aria played. I think she certainly has a chance to go far in this tournament, and I think Ghost was a good match for her today to kind of get her ready for Abian. So I think that's going to be another really good game. I wouldn't say Ghost played bad. I think he's going to come back next tournament and just be ready to make it farther. I think he's. I'm seeing signs that he's gonna go farther next tournament. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. He played well. He's gonna go on next tournament. He's gonna do well. So just a really good match all around today.
Yeah, Aria moves on. We're gonna go to the updated schedule. At least one more game. Hoping to start that on time at 8 o'clock. We're really trying to push forward on that one. Really hoping to start that one on time. That's going to be, of course, Chomik, Larahu in the Hearts region. And Ed will be done for the day. I believe, Monkey coming in. So Chomik, Larahu coming up in the Hearts region at 8 o'clock. Going to try to get it. But Aria, as we go to the pod bracket, gets the win. And as I said off the top, Abian versus the A-squared battle. For Aria, 2-3 now in the season. Got the 15 wins. Abian is a 6-time winner this season. However, this is probably one of his biggest challenges. Aria is a player that can really start to come into this thinking, I have nothing to lose, house money mentality, and we'll see what happens. Sting ran in the round finale. As of now, as it stands, 9 o'clock Tuesday, 7:10. Congratulations to Sting. He'll get his 100 start come game 2 when we get there. For myself and Ed Ziemba, what a day it was. Incredibly, it was already getting the job done, but can you believe what was going on in that sequence of games? We saw everything. We saw everything and anything from that one Game 6 that went forever and that other Game 7 that just took abysmally long, but it found a way to get it done. Congratulations one more time to an absolute masterclass from Aria. Goes back, turns the clock from 2023 to 2025, and gets the 6-bagger to finish. For Ghost, he'll find a way come T5 to make another run. For myself and Ed, that's it. We'll have one more game to go for D1. D2 finales at 10. But coming up next will be Chomik versus Larahuo. Looking forward to that. Check us out in about a half hour or so. We'll see you there. Thanks for Ed. Good night, everybody. We'll see you in a half hour. Congratulations to Aria one more time. This has been a presentation of MRE UNO Division 1.